Teeth. So Teeth is a movie that was recommended to me by one of you guys in the comments, and I've heard about it, so I decided, why not? Let's do my first recommended movie review, which is exciting, and I know you guys have given me a ton of recommended reviews, so don't worry, I will go through those slowly but surely. And sorry I didn't upload as soon as I wanted to. I know I was like, I'm going to upload once a week. I was down. I pinned a comment I said after the Centipede 2 review. I'm like, I'm going to upload once a week. That did not happen. I'm so sorry, but I really am going to try to do it. I'm working full-time this summer, so it's going to be a little busy, but I really do want to do an upload a week. And I might even do like 2 or 3 uploads a week and just have 2 of the videos be like maybe movie news or something where I can just chat and react to maybe trailers. I don't know. But just so I can get you guys a little bit more content than once a month, because once a month is terrible. Even twice a month would be better than once a month. But anyway, this is the movie about a girl who has to brush her teeth in 2 different areas. Let's get into it. Teeth starts off by showing us a nice family chilling on a nice summer day. However, we learn they aren't a family yet. The 2 adults are going to get married, meaning the kids in the baby pool are about to be step-siblings. The 2 kids in the pool are Dawn and Brad. Brad doesn't seem too keen on the idea of having a step-sister as he demands,
"She ain't my sister!"
Then, Brad puts his finger underwater and then he screams in pain as it's revealed something bit his finger. The movie jumps to when Dawn is a teenager. Dawn, played by Jess Wexler, is our main character. She is a spokesperson for a Christian organization known as The Promise, which promotes abstinence. She explains how everyone has a gift, but they should wait till they find someone they want to have kids with. They also give kids a ring, to which Dawn tells them to hold on to until they switch it out with a real one. After the seminar ended, Toby, played by Hale Appleman, meets up with Dawn and her friends. Toby reminds me of Adam Driver, not just in his looks, but like how he sounds too. Here, just listen to his voice.
Hi.
Hey. So, I hear there's going to be 27 pledges tonight so far.
No way.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's you, you know.
Oh, I don't know.
It is. People really related to what you said, but especially the way you said it.
Obviously, there is some attraction between Dawn and Toby. Toby tells Dawn how well she gave the message at the seminar. After school, Dawn goes home to where we learn her mother, Kim, played by Vivian Banesh, is sick. We also see her stepfather, Bill, played by Lenny Von Dolan, who seems like a genuine guy, and we see how her stepbrother, Brad, played by John Hensley, is still as much of an asshole or even more than he was in the baby pool at the beginning. Dawn loves making quilts. So the next day at school, it is the reproductive organ unit. We all remember those days, don't we? See, mine was in like 5th grade, I'm pretty sure. For some reason, the vagina is blocked off with a gold Star of David with many more points. Looks like a golden Angry Bird if you ask me. Wonder what he just got back from doing. After school, Dawn, Toby, Alicia, and Phil decide to go to the movies. When deciding on what movie they should watch, let's just say Dawn is a little bit of a party pooper. After agreeing movies rated PG-13 and up were not part of the equation, they decided to go to a kids movie. What are they missing out on the best child-friendly movie? A Serbian film? Are you kidding me? Dude, few editing tricks, they're watching Serbian film in this scene. In the next scene, it cuts to Brad, who is in his bed with his girlfriend. His girlfriend notices the bite mark on his finger. He tells her he was bitten when he was really young, referring to the pool scene at the beginning. We also learn Brad only does anal sex. Let's just put 2 plus 2 together here. Let's connect some of the dots. At the beginning, Brad stuck his finger in that baby pool right near Dawn's special area, and out of nowhere his finger got bit. He's scared of pussy. He only wants to do anal sex. Starting to get the drift? After the movie, Dawn, Toby, and her friends go hiking through the woods till they find a nice body of water with a swing, aka sexy springs on the sexy solstice. We cut back to Brad again with his girlfriend, and we see he doesn't understand women too well, especially when he tries to give his girlfriend a real dog treat.
No, never. You know, it's never even been a big deal. I just always know I wanted to wait until marriage.
So no one's ever even touched your...
Absolutely not. Gosh. Why? Aren't you?
I'm a virgin.
That's great.
He's definitely lying.
Listen, Big Deal. You got another problem. Women always figure out the truth. Always.
So later that night, when Dawn is in bed, she has some nice private time where she fantasizes about getting married to Toby. Right before her hand gets to the special zone, her brain snaps out of it, showing someone who got blue waffles. Not really. I probably shouldn't put that in there. At school the next day, while Toby is in the locker room, he receives a phone call from Dawn. She tells him that they can't go out together again, not even in a large group, due to the purity of her thoughts. Toby says he understands and agrees. In the next scene, we see Dawn wants to have a serious conversation with her brother Brad. Unfortunately, Brad had other thoughts in mind and expresses his true love for his stepsister. Disgusted, she leaves. Being grossed out by her brother, she goes back to the sexy springs. Needing some company, she calls Toby to meet her there. When he gets there, they both admit they have been fantasizing about each other and go for a swim. Swimming leads to kissing, kissing leads to more, and eventually it may lead to tier 15. I'll just have Jake from Adventure Time explain the situation.
Bro, you gotta let things take their natural path. Look, let me explain some junk about dating. Right now you're at tier 1, which is hugging. But pretty soon, you'll be at tier 2, which is smooching. Then down the road, you'll make it to tier 5, where she'll let you discover all 15 feet of her long, beautiful stomach. And after a while, you'll make it to tier 8, where you touch her horn for the very first time. Very special.
What about tier 15?
You stay away from that. Do not do tier 15!
The two lovebirds eventually swim to a nearby cave and start to snuggle. Toby seems ready to go to tier 15, but Dawn does not. So while Toby gets on her, she tries to fight him off, but he doesn't listen and accidentally knocks her out. Then he goes on to proceed to tier 15.
We made a sacred promise. Get off.
You don't have to do anything.
No. Damn it. Stop. Damn it, Toby. No!
I haven't even jerked off since Easter!
I am saying no! Toby, go!
When Dawn wakes up, she sees what Toby is doing. Let's just say bites him where it hurts, and down drops his manhood. He screams and, jumps off the cave back into the water.
Oh my God! What? That's my mom's most favorite piece. What? Oh my God!
It wasn't beer if it wasn't.
Shut up, Mel.
Shut up, Mal.
After this, she goes home and takes a shower and gets cleaned up. She lays in her bed and tries to process what happened, but the screams of Toby start repeating in her head and she imagines him. The experience was traumatic and she's definitely in a state of shock mixed with trying to recover. Not only did she find out she has teeth on her womanhood, but she also was taken advantage of by a man she trusted. Understandably, she has a manic breakdown in her room. The following day, she tries to go back to normal life. She attends and speaks at the Promise seminar, she hangs out with her friends, but while at a party, you can tell she just isn't into it. Her friend Ryan, played by Ashley Springer, is there and approaches her. He mentioned his parents let him drive the vehicle, which Dawn sees as an opportunity to escape. Ryan drives her home, and when they arrive, he hits on her and asks her on a date. He then pulls out what seems to be a business card that has his number and address on it.
Why don't you give me a call when you want to start taking things a little more seriously? Here's my card.
Most likely bringing back bad memories, she awkwardly starts laughing and gets very tense. Then she gets out of the car. This pisses off Ryan. He turns around and wants to give it another shot. Unfortunately for him, Dawn left on her bike while he drove off. So when he gets to the house again, Brad is the only person there. So when he asks to see Dawn, let's just say it ended like this. So Dawn was biking back to the cave where the traumatic experience happened, and well, she sees his dismembered dick still on the floor, confirming the incident really happened. The sight is graphic, and a crab is feasting on it. It's fucking disgusting. After this, she throws her ring into the water. In the next scene, she is back at home and in the bathroom with her anatomy textbook. She puts the book underwater so she could remove the gold star, blocking the vagina off. After seeing the photo is just normal and there's no teeth on the vagina, she goes on to do some research. After looking into it, she found out the condition she has is called vagina dentata. Although it is just considered a myth on the website, Dawn reads on about her condition. After hearing enough of it, she decides to go to the doctor. When she gets to the doctor, it starts off normal, but soon we see the doctor is also a disgusting man. He assaults her while trying to disguise it as part of the examination. Sorry, doctor, but you can't fool those teeth. Maybe Dr. Hyder should have done the operation. I think he would have done a better job. While he has like 4 fingers in her vagina, she chomps down, biting them off. And off go his fingers onto the floor. After running out of the doctor's office, she notices someone driving Toby's car. She bikes back to the Love Cave area where she sees police officers finding Toby's dead body, confirming he is dead. She goes back home to find her mother passed out on the floor. Not having anywhere to go, she decides to go to Ryan's house and take him up on the offer. She expresses to him the whole situation and he's very understanding about it. She takes a bath, he gives her some medicine, then they have sex. But since it's consensual, her teeth stay calm. The next morning, they go at it again, but Ryan calls a friend midway through the sex. You then learn Ryan made a bet with his friend that he could score with Dawn since she's been so desperate. Let's pause here and just take a moment to see the major flaw in Ryan's actions. Dawn tells Ryan that she has teeth on her vagina and they can bite off dicks. Ryan scores with her, but decides to upset her while he is in her. What are you doing? What is on your mind right now? All I have is one question for Ryan. Was the bet worth it? So Dawn bites his man parts off in a very graphic scene. Like, this is some higher level of disgusting because it looks so painful. So Ryan uses the intercom to get his mother. Unfortunately, in the next scene, Dawn's mother dies. Dawn's stepfather goes into Brad's room to kick him out of the house. Brad disgustingly insults his dead mother. He also beats up his dad and expresses his love for his stepsister. Brad's girlfriend goes to the hospital to admit to Dawn that Brad did nothing when her mother collapsed. This makes Dawn so angry she decides to punish him. So she gets some makeup on and dresses up and then goes to Brad's room. She seduces him and right as he enters, her teeth go chomp. She gets up and drops his dick on the floor. Unfortunately, Brad has been forgetting to feed his dog lately, so when the dog sees Brad's dick, let's just say it eats it. Ugh. Disgusting, man. After this, having nowhere to go, literally, Dawn decides to bike off until she can find someone who will give her a ride. She gets in his car and wakes up at a gas station. When she tries to get out of the car, the man who gave her a ride gives her a very creepy smile. She keeps on trying to get out, but eventually she finally realizes her situation. Something hits her at this moment, and instead of being scared, she decides to take it as an opportunity to punish this bad man. The end. Teeth was directed by Mitchell Lichtenstein. Hope I'm saying that right. And it is definitely an interesting watch, but I definitely have mixed feelings over the movie too. I mean, from a technical standpoint, the movie's good. You know, it looks good. I know it's a little blurry in my video, but like in real life, if you watch it in 1080p, it looks a lot better. From a technical point, you know, acting, all that stuff, you know, looks, you know, how real the dismembered dicks looks, like prop design, all that stuff, good. But when it comes down to story, that's when I have a few issues with this plot. But let's get into it just a little bit more. So the big thing that I thought was like the major issue is that the movie heavily relies on you being shocked by the idea she has teeth on her vagina. And I will say it is surprising at first, but once you see it once, it just became repetitive by the end. And when she went into Brad's room to punish him at the end, that was predictable from the very beginning of the plot. I would say I really enjoyed like the first fourth to third of the movie. I loved the movie from the beginning all the way till when Toby loses his manhood. But now fast forwarding to the very end, I did like the end scene because it kind of made this movie a superhero origin. But from that perspective, it does make a lot more sense. Because if you think about it, heroes are always surrounded by their enemies. Batman is always surrounded by crooks or the Joker or people that he is able to defeat. You know, in Man of Steel, Superman, who's the villain, General Zod, somebody that he can counter. You know, they're both from the same planet. So in this case, Dawn punishes guys who are perverted, so of course she's going to be surrounded by a ton of perverted guys. It kind of gives the movie the benefit of the doubt, because then you're like, well, that makes sense then why she's surrounded by a ton of douche guys. I am going to give this movie in the safe zone, which I say 59% and below is not safe zone. I would say 60% and above is safe zone. So I am going to give Teeth a 60%. So yeah, guys, that's it for Teeth. I really wanted to like this one, and it had a lot going for it at the beginning, and it got me excited. But then it just went downhill after Toby died. So unfortunately, I can't give it much higher than 60%. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Put more recommendations down. I've gotten a lot of recommendations, so thank you for that. If you guys like what I'm doing, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps motivate me. And subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more videos from me. So that's it. I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out, and have a good day. Peace.